Mona wants to go to the next few verses.
Jamil.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما اللهم إنا نسألك علما ينفعنا اللهم إنا نسألك علما نافعا ورزقا واسعا وعملا متقبلا وشفاء من كل داء وبعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. كيف حالكم؟ ما شاء الله تبارك الله. Where are we starting from? Verse number 4. وقال الإنسان ما لها يومئذ تحدث أخبارها. نعم. تمام. So we started with this very unique chapter, and according to some narrations that reading Surah Al-Zalzalah equates to half the Quran in terms of reward, which is quite significant based on that narration. The narration isn't rigorously authenticated because the narrations that talk about Qul huwa Allahu ahad being a third of the Quran, that's normally considered to be the shortest chapter with the greatest virtue. Nevertheless, we are busy with Surah Al-Zalzalah, so to give it some prominence. So what does Zalzalah talk about, or Zalzalah? It talks about the quake, the final quake. And perhaps just to recap just a bit and maybe give one benefit or so, what does Allah talk about? He starts off by saying, إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا. So in terms of what we've covered already, إِذَا is a conditional word, what we refer to in Arabic as adatu shart. But as we pointed out, it doesn't mean if, it means when. The occurrence is definite. Now, and then also you would notice that when Allah wishes to establish the definiteness of something, Allah refers to it in the past tense. As if it happened already. So here's when the quake will take place. So as if the quake has already taken place in terms of the certainty of its occurrence, and Allah knows best. The other thing is the unique thing about Zalla. This word Zalzalah, just from a morphology point of view, from a sarf point of view, does it scare you or not? It certainly does. Number one, it's not made up of 3 letters. And number one, we have this phenomenon called the shaddali. What's this all about? Okay? So again, when Allah talks about phenomena such as these, the audience, is it an accepting audience or not? As a non-accepting audience, the Arabs in particular did not believe in the hereafter, life after death. Many of them are what we refer to as, Quran refers to them as dahriyun. The word dahr means to be in time. So what do they say? The Quranic word is namutu wa nahya. We die. In other words, we have this generational flips, man. So whatever is the previous generation, they pass on, and the new generation comes in. Namutu, pass away, wa nahya, we live. That's it. Wa ma nahnu bimab'uthin. We won't be resurrected. My point is that when Allah is talking to the initial addressees of the Quran, the Arabs, they don't believe in the hereafter. So when you're talking to somebody that's skeptical, or somebody that outright doesn't believe in you, you're going to have to punctuate what you say. You have to say it with emphasis. So now the very starting of the surah talks about Zalzalah. Now, when we break things down, it becomes actually very simple. Now you're familiar with verbs that has 3 letters, not so? Okay? So allow me to tell you that Zalzalah, that sounds like really scary, it actually comes from the root letters Zalala. Is that okay? Fa'ala. Zalala. Is that okay? That's fine because you're familiar with that scale. Fa'ala, zalala. But now it's cumbersome. You're familiar with the word cumbersome? Cumbersome. Danielle, you're looking at me like, hey, like I need another good sister for that what you just said there now. You know, cumbersome, like difficult, man. You know, like cumbersome. So the word fa'ala, does it sound cumbersome to you? No, that's like another word, fa'ala. Fa'ala. I mean, come on, fa'ala. You know what I'm saying? You understand? Fa'ala. Fa'ala is like another word. But now, zalala. You know, that might get your tongue into a twist. You know what I'm saying? So what the Arabs do is, when that happens, they want to make things easier for you. So what do? They join the two, and as opposed to saying zalala, they say zalla. So what's easier, zalala or zalla? Zalla. You with me? So the creators of morphology didn't want to make that difficult for you. They want to make that easy for you. So if you harbor any evil thoughts to them, now's the time to get over. Right? You with me? I mean, they didn't do anything like sinister, premeditated. You know, when they manufactured Zala, actually they were looking in your best interest. So Zalala is difficult, Zala is easy. Okay. Now the emphasis part comes in. So what does Zalla mean? Zalla means to slip. Zalla means to slip. So let's think of an example. You see the Quran here, what must happen is, you must have like a conceptualization of what Allah is saying here. You must conceive in your mind what Allah is saying. It's very important. And that's the whole idea behind your grammar and everything. Just to conceptualize. And if you're able, and that is really the amazing thing about Quran. Because it reconceptualizes and provides you with a very unique conceptualization of things. You follow me? Now I want to give you an example of Zalla. Now you know in Arabic you learn qadam. Qadam means foot. But now because your feet comes in pairs, right? So any body part in pairs, is it masculine or feminine? Feminine, right? Okay. So now I must say Zalla, Zalla, Zallu, Zallat, isn't it? So now, you know, if I walk on the road and I tramp onto a banana peel and I slip, right? That in Arabic is expressed. I'm now wanting to work from that example to, you know, like a human being, right? So the most important, or at least one of the most important structures in your body, you will agree with me, would be your spine. Now the spine are made of disc. Now when do you have a complication in terms of your spine? When the disc slips. You know the key word slip. Okay. Now what happens is, if you take that idea, slipping on a banana peel, a disc slipping, and now if you look at the earth is based on an axis, right? So what happens is, what's going to happen is that the earth is going to move away from its axis. Now look, when you slip on a banana peel, it's a disaster, but not as big a disaster as you make it out to be. It's just a banana peel, and you just slip, man. You with me? But now if you talk about a person's spine and the disc slip, look, that's serious. Now if you think about the earth slipping off its axis, so what happens now is the word Zalla cannot convey that meaning. So what does Allah do? Allah said Zalla plus Zalla, which means Zalzala. You with me? Do you understand? This is not, it's about the conceptualization in your mind. Your conceptualization. So إذا زلزلت الأرض, when the earth is shaken, when the quake, and now again look, slipping on a banana peel, a disc slip, and the axis of the earth slipping, the consequence of that. I mean, we about the tsunami and we see the disastrous consequence of that. What if the entire earth, falls out of sync? And then what happens uniquely, Allah talks about zilzala. So how do we translate that? When the earth will quake, its quake. So Allah is taking the quality of zilzal, which means a quake. Then Allah adds it, attributes it to the pronoun ha, which goes back to earth, right? As if the earth quaking is an intrinsic part and parcel of the earth. It's going to quake. You with me? It's the fact that Allah attributes quaking to the earth tells you clearly that it's part and parcel of the earth. In other words, the earth by its very nature is like this. Any engineers in class? Engineer. But you must, okay, you certainly know about engineering, right? Okay. What about you is, Darwish is an engineer. So what happened is, I was thinking it was their class many years ago. I asked in class, when things are engineered in today's time, is it engineered to last a lifetime, or is it engineered to last for a specific time period? You tell me. Okay, so now cars, everything about the cars is engineered to last how long? 7 years. In other words, let's call it the lifespan. Or the lifespan of the car 7 years. It's by design. It's by design. If they wanted to change it, they could have actually manufactured it last for 14 years or 21 years or whatever the case may be. But it's actually engineered to last that amount of time. The earth is designed with its zilzal. You understand? The earth is only designed to last for that amount of time. That's why we have this whole study of economics. What's economics about? Applying limited resources to unlimited needs, isn't it? So the world as it is, yes, we're trying renewable energy, renewable this, recycle, all of that, but that's also not going to increase the longevity of the earth from this perspective. Look, it's the green bean you have to recycle, and you have to be eco-friendly, and all of that as like a matter of priority, right? But from another perspective, the world is ultimately going to come to an end, and the indication is إِذَا زُلْزِلَتِ الْأَرْضُ زِلْزَالَهَا. When the world is created, and created almost like intrinsically in it is this. It's almost like this self-destruct button, and the earth is going to self-destruct, and that you get from the whole idea of zilzala. It's quite amazing in terms of the construct of the verse. Okay, so that's what we need to just a reminder for us in terms of. But what's going to happen at that particular point? وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ أَثْقَالَهَا. And the word أخرج again. So since we are talking about morphology, أخرج, does it sound familiar or not familiar? Look at the ta at the end now, أخرجت, that ta. Because the word ard is feminine. The word ard is feminine. Now, and perhaps one of the, this morning they spoke about, verbs are masculine, feminine, and it's just like that, right? For example, they say like in English, all disasters have female names. The English, now, not about Arabic, not part of the class, I'm just saying, that's what they say, like Hurricane Katrina, for example, right? So, from an Arabic perspective, the word ard is a masculine or feminine? Feminine. They say that when you have a plural, and the plural has a feminine sign, so let's say, it's plural, so plural is anything above 3, right? So now it can be from 3 upwards. So let's say 3 till 10, or let's say 3 till 15. When it's a feminine plural, it's 15. When it's a masculine plural, it's 10. You understand? So feminine plural indicates to more. If you look at the word ard, it's masculine or feminine? Feminine. What do you get out of the earth? A little or a lot? A lot. It's a nice meaning that earth is considered as feminine because it gives so much of itself. And it's important to understand and to embrace that. Sometimes women folk don't embrace their femininity. It's important, particularly in today's time. By nature, you are designed to give a lot. I'm not saying that you must slave along. I'm saying that it's just so easy for you to cook breakfast, lunch, and supper, and look after the children, and pick them up from school, and drop them at school, and. You follow me? It's something that must be, from a certain perspective, celebrated. Because you just have the capacity, like the earth is feminine. And that's, but, you follow me? Because what does the narration say? كُلٌّ مُيَسَّرٌ لِمَا خُلِقَ لَهُ. Everything is easy for what it has been created for. You with me? So, and Allah SWT knows best. I think it's a beautiful meaning, the fact that our purpose to be feminine, and the reason why it's called feminine is because it gives that much. I mean, what does the earth give? We owe our subsistence to the earth. We owe our very creation to the earth. You are made from clay. Clay comes from where? It comes from the earth. Right? And the very, that fact of land that you were created from, that's the fact of land that you return to. Okay. But now we come to the verb وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ أَثْقَالَهَا. What happens is the earth, it holds many things. It holds many things. So what's going to happen? See, when the earth moves away from its axis, it now is going to. What's going to happen? Whatever is in the earth is going to come out, and that refers to the thaqal. Thaqal means something thaqil. Thaqil can either be thaqil means heavy. Now heavy can either be heavy literally, like what will be heavy in the earth? What do you find there? Rocks, stone, minerals, etc. Or you can talk about something which is heavy but in terms of value. So sort of what do they call metaphorically speaking. They say majazan, not literally. So the valuable, everything will come out basically. Hidden treasures, whatever it may be. وَأَخْرَجَتِ الْأَرْضُ أَثْقَالَهَا. And the earth will, the verb we took was أَخْرَجَ. خَرَجَ, does that sound familiar to you? خَرَجَ, to come out. Now when you take that verb and you place it on the scale of أَفْعَلَ, أَخْرَجَ, it means to bring out. So what's going to happen? The earth is going to bring forth what its weight, أثقال, its weight, whatever its weight may be. And Allah knows best. وَقَالَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا لَهَا. And then man will ask, مَا لَهَا? What is wrong with it? وَقَالَ الْإِنسَانُ مَا لَهَا. And the word insan there doesn't mean the human, it means humankind. Mankind will ask. Mankind will ask, مَا لَهَا? What is with it? Why has the earth moved away from its axis? Why is the earth sending forth all of whatever it contains? As in answer to that, Allah will talk about يَوْمَئِذٍ تُحَدِّثُ أَخْبَارَهَا. So the focus here will be يَوْمَئِذٍ. So the word يَوْمَ, what does يَوْمَ mean? يَوْمَ, exactly, يَوْمَ means a day, nahar. So when this is going to happen, is it going to be in the daytime or is it going to be in the nighttime? So if you look at the word yawma literally, it means that this occurrence is going to happen in the daytime. In other words, it's going to be like daytime, yawma. Otherwise, we also refer to as yawm as, a day will come. But we don't mean literally a day. When we say the day will come, what do we refer to? A certain time period. So the word yawm can either literally refer to the daytime, or it can mean, a time in the future, irrespective of whether it's day or night. We don't know whether day and night is going to be suspended. The apparent, it appears that, without the phenomenon of, the celestial bodies like the sun and the moon, that there won't be any day and there won't be any night. Wallahu a'lam. But it may be that there's a particular order. If you understand this to be day, it means that the sun will still be in existence while everything else is going to fall out of place. Come on? So يومئذ, on that day, what's going to happen? تحدث أخبارها. تحدث أخبارها. Now again, this word تحدث, it's a verb, right? So on which scale is it? Have you did the mazid fiyad? Like you did fa'ala. Okay, so these are all like, it's almost like you have the verbs, like the normal verbs, fa'ala. It's like you have a car, right? It's literally like this, right? So I don't know if this is like correct or not, but I'll give the two examples anyway, not meaning anything thereby. You have a car, right? So your standard car is your standard verb. And what standard verb did you learn? Fa'ala. You with me? Now what happens is if you take the car, now the engine, you modify the engine, or you modify the carburetor. So what's going to happen as a consequence, the car's going to go faster. So now you have fa'ala, that's the standard car. Now when you modify the car, it's called fa'ala. You add to the verb, you modify the verb. So when you modify the verb, when you modify the car goes faster. When you modify the verb becomes more meaningful or gets another meaning. You with me? You follow me? It's almost like when you have like some of the sisters, you have a scarf, no? Like a scarf. And then some others have an underscarf also. So now the scarf is a normal verb, fa'ala. And the underscarf and the scarf is fa'ala. Listen, modified? Feel, equitable. You follow? So now you didn't do it yet, but I'm just like saying. So now the word kharaja means to come out. But now when you say akhraja means to take out, to bring forth. You see? That's like the modified car, and that's like the scarf or the underscarf. Now. But that they say that goes against the Quran, because Quran says Dukada dakata wahida asya dukdram jidin dukdram. And have you heard that one? Dukada dakata wahida asya dukdram. But you understand the example, huh? Understand the example? Okay, alhamdulillah. يومئذ تحدث أخبارها. So حدث يحدث means to speak. On that day تحدث. Now it's a feminine verb, isn't it? So تحدث. On that day, the one feminine entity referring to the world, what's it going to do? It's going to speak أخبارها. It's information. What's information? I'll give you one example. I don't know if you noticed, it's probably your practice. You know when you pray like Dhuhr, you pray to the Dhuhr. Let's say you pray in the masjid. So when you pray Dhuhr, you pray on one mat, one musalla. Then when you make your sunnah prayer, do you stand on the same place or you move? Why do you move? يومئذ تحدث أخبارها. Because the track that you made, your first salah is going to speak about the fact that you made there. Then you move to another tract of land, and then on that tract of land, you make your sunnah salah, so then that tract of land is also going to inform about the fact that you prayed there. You follow me? So that's a very positive way of understanding your mind into hadithu akhbar. That's why you find most people, even if it's like in a confined space and there's no space to move, then all of us change our spaces. Because a different person and a different space is a different significance. Your mind into hadithu akhbar. And how is it possible? How's it and why? بِأَنَّ رَبَّكَ أَوْحَى لَهَا. So that ba there is بِأَنَّ, because. بِأَنَّ, and obviously you see that anna, so ba would be, in terms of my understanding, because anna, is the definiteness that comes in there. بِأَنَّ رَبَّكَ, because indeed رَبَّكَ, your Lord. What is your Lord then? أَوْحَى لَهَا. أَوْحَى comes from which words? Awha, from the root words wahi, awha. So wahi, the root letters over there. So does Allah send revelation to the earth? Here the word wahi would be inspires, ilham. There's a difference between the two. Wahi like revelation and ilham like inspiration. So wahi is like something which is reserved for the messengers. And ilham is Allah can inspire you and me as well. So here the word awha is in the meaning of alhama, which means to inspire. بِأَنَّ رَبَّكَ أَوْحَى. That's because your Lord inspired it. In other words, to do what it does. So, I was looking for time. Is it 12 now? Okay. I think it's a good place to stop as well. Because the next idea will be يَوْمَئِذٍ يَصْدُرُ النَّاسُ أَشْتَاتًا لِيُرَوْا أَعْمَالَهُم. And that will do, inshallah, we will meet up again. جزاكم الله خير. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.